Oh, okay. It just started recording on its own. That's fine. I guess. Welcome to summer. It is 93 degrees out in mid-Ohio. Holy crap. I am not made for this. Couple of big things. Not necessarily entirely garden related. But I am finally under contract to buy the house. I'm not holding my breath because there are some complications that I'm worried about in the back of my head. So far everything's going smoothly, but I'm still not holding my breath until closing. It all kind of freaks me out. But if and when that happens, this will finally be all mine. And I can finally finish this bed and clean the place up and actually put some effort into it and care about it as if it's my own. Because of course, didn't want to do too much while I don't own it. Don't need to boost somebody else's value. But contract is in place. The appraisal is done, which I was freaking out about just because it took so long to get back, and it came in well over what the contract price is for. So, as far as I know, having never done this before, it's back in the lender's hands again to keep sending me random paperwork to sign and sign my life away to the bank. Gosh, I wish I could sign my wife away, but she did that on her own, so never mind that. The other big thing, which I've got nothing to film about it, but I'll probably throw a picture up on the screen. My cat came back. So she didn't really come back, but somebody finally found my cat that ran away a year ago. I did the math on it. She was gone for 1 year and 4 days. And a couple Fridays ago, I opened up Facebook while I'm at work, and holy crap, there's my cat. So she is, for being on the run for a year, she is in incredible health. I have to think that people were helping her. Somebody may have even taken her in. She did get a wound on that Friday that I found her. The lady that found her had been feeding her for a few days in her backyard, and she said she always comes around in the morning for food. And between that morning that she posted her on Facebook, and then in the evening when she trapped her in her back porch, Cece had gotten a wound on her shoulder, like she got caught on something probably. But that's already healing up pretty nicely. It's been, without checking a calendar, probably 10 days or so, and that's healing up good. She did get some antibiotics for that because it was a little infected, and she does have worms, but we got medicine for that, so that's easily fixable. The only thing that really means is she's still quarantined in the bathroom all by herself. And so then, once that's cleared up, my only other concern really is I hope the other cats accept her again. Because one of them, it seems she's acting like there's a new cat in the house, and she is not happy about it. And they hiss at each other under the door. But the fact that Cece is hissing back is, I think, a good thing, because the whole problem is if you don't stand up for yourself against Ruby, she will be a total bully. So if Cece's hissing back, I think they might be alright. So a couple updates on... I did, maybe a month ago, build a soil sifter because this whole area back here is just a big pile of dirt. Somebody has just been dumping dirt back here for a long time. I finally mowed down the huge pile of weeds. This whole area was just nothing but weeds, and a while back I just started ramming the mower into it because I was sick of looking at it. So now I got a whole lot of really good dirt in here. There's a lot of, and I mean really good dirt, there's a lot of fine stuff. There's some potting soil mixed into it. But there's a lot of rocks and garbage in it too. So I built this sifter. I actually made a whole video on it and never got around to editing it and publishing it. But I spent too much building this. I think including tools that I did not own and hardware, over $200. So I got a nice motor on the back for vibration. I did not do an open front on it for everything to dump out, just because I don't know why. I just didn't. It's fine like this. So I run soil through the sifter, and whatever's left at the end of it, which is mostly rocks. I've just been building a rock pile back here. It's not super duper, but it works. And I've got some nice soil here, which unfortunately is growing some weeds since I sifted this batch, but probably unavoidable. After that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this area. I've got half an idea, given the downward slope of it. Speaking of slope, boy am I crooked. Given the downward slope of it, I've got half an idea to put like a little tiny pond with a little, maybe a waterfall feature. I don't know. That's just something I'm sitting on in the back of my head, because that's the only idea I've gotten so far. So if you have any ideas for this area between the two fences and the garage that gets very limited sunlight, let me know. I'm open to all ideas. As for the garden, questionable, depending on what you're looking at. So this bed that I did nothing but sunflowers in, because the bed is not complete yet, because I don't own it yet. I've got sunflowers. Okay, some of them not growing too terribly well, which they were kind of late plantings too, the further down this direction we get. So not super surprised about that. And a lot of them got dug up or eaten or trampled and broken. But there are still quite a few that are not doing half bad. And even ones that got trampled and broken, like look at this one. That's broken. But it's still doing its best. There's actually two right next to each other here that are broken, that are still hanging on and trying their best. This bed that I put an absolute ton of seeds in twice, not much luck here. There are some little seedlings in there that probably don't show very well. I'm surprised I got the seedlings I did, because the squirrels were using this bed as a feast. However, these beds are really shaping up. I let the lettuce go to seed. I actually did not harvest any lettuce yet, and I just let it go and let it bolt. And it grew taller than me. One of the plants anyway. And they actually both, I don't know if you can, I'm staring directly into the hot sun, so I can't even see what I'm looking at. But they actually both blew over in that line of storms that we just got in the past week. So I stood that one up with a stake. Haven't bothered with the other one. Mostly because it's over the bed, so the seeds will still fall in the bed. Not too concerned about that. And then all these smaller lettuces, I also haven't harvested any of those. Just can't terribly be bothered. I like having it grow in here. I like having the option of it growing, but just did not bother to harvest any, and it's pretty much all bolting. Celery, I don't even know when to harvest it. The big thing, really weird thing, let me try to, there we go, zoom out a little bit. This particular section was only peppers and some melons in the back, and now it is full of tomatoes that I didn't even plant. Those are tomatoes from last year that I let drop and rot where they may, and I've got a million tomato plants growing in here now, which is great. It's fun. It's the fun of gardening. I don't want so many tomatoes, that's why I didn't buy very many tomatoes, but whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. These tomatoes that I did actually plant, they're getting up there, they're trying. The peppers, the plants themselves, this kind of worries me, but it is what it is. The plants themselves are not growing all that much, but they are already flowering. Maybe I should pick the flowers off, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. But I am already getting some peppers. So that is a perfectly good Hungarian wax. Oh, there's even one that fell off over there. I did not notice that until just now. But it's got a couple smaller ones growing on there too. So I'm already getting peppers. I could probably pick that one that's on the plant right now or pretty soon. Other than that, the onions seem to be growing. Slowly but surely, but those are definitely a lot bigger than when I planted them. Melons are blooming, and I don't have a ton of hope for them because I have horrible luck with any kind of melon or pumpkin. Oh gosh, there's another tomato over here. Those tomatoes are everywhere. I'm sorry, it is stinking hot out. Sunflowers in this bed, doing great. They're still only, maybe 2 feet tall at the most. Sunflowers over here in these beds, they are sparser than I would have liked. Thank you, squirrels. But the ones that are surviving are thriving. I mean, look at how leafy these are. And they're pushing, they're well over 2 feet tall, and they're doing great. And there are some bunches where they are pretty dense, but then there's a lot of big empty spots too, which is kind of disappointing. But I can't be too disappointed. I always know there's going to be losses, and I am still going to have a lot of sunflowers this year. Not as many as I would have liked, but we'll be just fine. Seeds for next year, cross our fingers. The ones up front in the front beds, they're just barely taller than the plants that they're growing behind, but they are growing. They're doing all right. Pretty soon they're gonna hopefully shoot up nice and tall and make the front of my house beautiful with huge sunflowers. And yeah, things are looking up. Gotta stay positive. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And pretty soon, hopefully, not too long now, it'll all be mine. And then I'll think, gosh, this is too small. I need more garden beds. I need to move somewhere with a bigger yard. No, I'm kidding. This is fine. Everything's fine. This is enough. I've still got a lot that I can do here to make these gardens so much better. before I even think about expanding more. I mean, obviously I need to finish this long bed, but I can get fencing. There's so many things I can do here. So I'll just be happy with what I've got and look to the future and see what it brings.